Okay, let's continue. So I just basically moved to the side to show you the second tallest building in the world again, as in so many videos. But actually here now the focus is not so much on the second tallest building over there, right? But actually more on these drawings over here, which I kind of... There's so many of these wall paintings in murals. Before Banksy was, there's the people here, right? There's in every town. I think Kellenton's most beautiful. There are these wall drawings, okay? And yeah, I've been in Kellenton before, not now, so I can't show you that. Anyhow, but this is what they are in KL, for example. There are quite a number of them. I'll try and maybe record it one other place. But yeah, so the drawings is very beautiful of people showing their appreciation, turning a beautiful thing, just a bland building, into a work of art. Okay, it's how Jesus in this chapter is turning death into life through his resurrection. Okay, now yes, sure, it's not on the same level, sure not. Okay, but as well the same kind of idea, turning something evil into something beautiful, something just bland into something beautiful, something evil in Jesus' case to something life. Okay, verse 11. But Mary stood weeping outside the tomb, and she went. And as she wept, she stooped to look into the tomb. So Mary returned with them. I mean, she was most likely not running like them. She came there, and they were most likely milling around a little bit, trying to figure out things, looking at things, maybe touching things, and etc. Trying to find understanding. And so she arrives as well, most for sure after them, back. And so she was just, okay, they don't know. They couldn't tell her what happened to the body. And so what does she do? What can she do? At least she just stood there and she wept. Okay? I mean, he's dead, the body is gone. We don't know where. There's stuff going on here which we don't understand. And, well, emotional like me, just weep. So she looked as well into the tomb now. Goes. Not only stone roll, the way she saw the stone roll, the way she went to tell them, she came back, she didn't look in, now she's looking in. Okay. Verse 12. And she saw two angels in white sitting where the body of Jesus had lain, one at the head and one at the feet. Okay, so here Mary, that is, saw these two angels. One at the head, one at the feet. Now the other angels is in Mark, it's a one man in white, not even an angel. So see, there's differences in this ultimately explanation of what happened here or what they saw. Now, that does not mean to say, oh, there anything wrong here. You can't trust anything of what they're saying, right? Different times. There was a time when there was just John Mark, the young man in white, sitting there, right? There was a time when Mary was alone and she saw the two angels. So there's different times. It all happened at 6:05 the same morning. If they said at 6:05 in the same morning, all of us standing here, I saw one angel, another guy, I saw two angels. I mean, even the one could have been hidden. But I mean, that would be a different story. Now, in this case, it's not. Like, this is a different time zone. So there's a time, not time zone, time in the day when this happens. So it's not wrong. It's not contradictory or anything like that, right? It's a simple explanation, okay? The interesting thing is just the fact that God chose a woman ultimately now here we're going to see to appear to, which is more of an interesting point than the whole differences. All of these differences can easily be harmonized without contradicting each other. If you just want to do it, do some mental work, use this stuff up here that God gave you, even if you don't believe in God. So she saw these two angels, front, back. And that is just basically what was up here, okay? Yeah, I don't know, like angels always in white. Just remember, angels don't have wings. At least we don't see any of that mention of that in the Bible. Okay, verse 13. They said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" She said to them, "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Laid him, that is. Okay, so, woman, again, the same word that Jesus used to address his mother, using us as well. So it's not a sign of disrespect or anything. They're like asking, so why are you weeping? I mean, That's a question. So you have time to answer now here. Okay, and she said, "Oh, they've taken away my Lord." So that's what she saw. They've taken away. The other disciples, maybe they thought, okay, seemingly they kind of, like, he rose from the dead, but they didn't want to say anything, at least not to Mary. So she's still under the impression that took the body away, and she had no idea where. Like I said, she was expecting that this is just a temporary grave, as explained, not a permanent grave. So they could have moved him somewhere else, but she didn't know. Well, what do I do now? I'm a woman. What can I do here? Okay. So I don't know where they laid him. I wanted to prepare his body, show this respect. I can't show this respect, but I have no idea where the body is. Verse 14. Having said this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing, but she did not know that it was Jesus. So she turned around, there Jesus is standing. But she didn't know it's Jesus. Does it mean then Jesus changed and he had now he had the Superman glasses, which makes you not see that it's Clark Kent kind of idea that they imply? Okay. And no, like, so we had something around him which now hide his true looks, or did his looks change? Nah, man. I mean, it's just when you are under this kind of stress. Again, I explained in the introduction part as well. When you don't expect to see something in the, I mean, if someone died and then all of a sudden stand in front of you, you can see that person, but man, you're not going to see the person because you're not expecting that person there. It's just that, plain simple. Okay, so that's just how our brains work. Like, for example, when you smell something, it smells very good, frangipani, for example. But after a couple of seconds, the smell disappears. Why? Because your brain, got the smell. Well, I know this information now, we can move on. Okay, I don't need to. And it's like as if the smell disappeared. It didn't disappear, it's there. Okay, but that's how our brains work. The same thing. When you don't expect someone to stand in front of you, and then this person is standing in front of you, it's like, oh no, it can't be. It's like seeing but not seeing. Okay, so she sees somebody saying, but so there's a simple explanation for this as well, without the thing that they change their looks. And this would be hold true for all the other people going to see him ultimately. Okay, verse 15. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you seeking?" So Jesus had the same question. Right? Now, why are you weeping? And whom are you seeking? Because I mean, you're weeping. Why are you weeping? Who are you seeking? Well, you are here at the graveside. What are you doing here this early in the morning? Right, weeping here. So that means you're seeking for someone. I mean, that's kind of, you come early in the morning to a graveyard, you are there weeping. In other words, you're there logically because someone you know died. Okay? So whom are you seeking? So the question makes full Verse 15b. Supposing him to be the gardener, she said to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." Yeah, right. So, I mean, what do you expect? This, and then the other reason as well, it's early, it's kind of pre-dawn, right? So as well, it makes it a lot more difficult to see and determine or clearly see. Okay, so that's another reason why she coupled all of these reasons would explain this. Why she ultimately, I mean, here she's in the garden, here's a guy and he's asking this question, and so her logical conclusion was that he's a gardener. I mean, who else would be that time of the morning except for the guards? Now, as you can see, this guy's not dressed like a guard. So who else can it be? A gardener, right? That's kind of what you expect. And now she's asking him, so if you took the body away, please tell me, I will take it. Like, okay, yeah, Mary, you're going to what? Carry the body? It took other people, and with all all that weight of all the spices and everything, right? You, as a woman, are going to carry it. But I mean, yeah, sure, she was thinking clearly, okay, and maybe she was like, okay, I'll go back and tell her this, but like, I'll get stuck to this body now. Okay, it's like. Sometimes you have a lot of stuff. I remember times in my life before where I used to travel with lots of stuff. I got wise now. I hate traveling with lots of stuff, so I carry as little as possible. But there were times like I'm alone and I had all this stuff, and I had to literally carry in like an airport. So carry from here to like 10 meters further, so they can still see, carry, then run back and forth. Because I'm alone and I need to carry it, and I can't carry it all in one go. So like, and then go like 10 meters, 10 meters, 10 meters kind of, and it's madness. Now, yeah, but you can't let it go. So she would not have, the moment they gave the body, like let go of him and go back to John and Peter and tell him, or Peter and John and tell him where the body is. They would have just stuck it till, I guess, either she died or they came searching for her, something like that. I didn't know, but so she asked a very logical question. You know? So, Gardner, maybe you took it. You so know something. Oh, no, you know something. It's just a temporary. You maybe took him to a permanent. Maybe you. I mean, she doesn't say you did the bad thing. You know? So like maybe you did. So there, see the last kind of views, and if I walk around again, you might see just again kind of the blue of the market here. Right, so you can see the other place I recorded just before this. Okay, and maybe if I go into this side, you will see the train. That's one of the reasons the thing doesn't really follow me always in this direction. So maybe you can see the train rail line there in the back now. Okay, that's that.